switching you up. And sometimes that may be some people. Some of y'all gotta get rid of some people. You gotta get rid of some of them people. Y'all be want to hear that. Whenever I gotta tell y'all that y'all gotta get rid of some people, y'all be want to. Sundays. So we are gonna do I'm gonna do my makeup and we're gonna talk. What are we gonna talk about? What would you like to know what we're talking about? The soft life. The soft life pandemic, epidemic, the demic, the whole vibe, the new trend that everyone is talking about. Hold on, let me close my door. My husband's up in the studio, so it's getting a little loud. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the soft life trends and just kind of like where I'm at, particularly with that, like my thoughts on that. I've been living the soft life my entire life. I was bred and born into the soft life. It chose me. I did not choose it. But I think now more so people are kind of like, not advertising, but speaking of, hold on, before we let me spray me a little perfume because I like to smell good. Soft life. Before I put on my face. But the soft life trend, I'm not gonna call it a trend. Black women are going through a evolution. You know, we are evolving. We are realizing that we deserve more. We are realizing our God-given rights. It's a major transition is going on, and I'm here for it. I've always been here for it. I've always been team it, team luxury, team you deserve. And the soft life epidemic needed to happen. The reason that it needed to happen is because y'all was out here being real rough and real hard. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, even down to the fashions, I feel like snatching femininity from black women has been the higher ups job for so long. You know, I'm not gonna get into how deep that runs, but it's definitely been happening. So I am happy that we are transcending into this and that we're starting to really understand that, you know, to be a feminine woman does not mean that you have to lose yourself in it, you know, and to be a strong woman, you can still be strong and embrace your femininity. And I think that's a major thing because I'm tired of seeing y'all just carrying on as men. Even down to like the talking, your posture, how you interact, and even down to your makeup. Like, I think for a long time in the early 2000s when we started really seeing a lot of the makeup transcending more from the 90s to the natural, dewy, I'm going out and I'm going to look good, kind of look to the more kind of drag-ish makeup, and extravagant makeup, the overdone, the bright eyes. I was into the wave. It was a wave. It was a good time. It was definitely a time to be alive, but it wasn't soft. You know, you were going out and you were giving, you know, a stage makeup. You were giving, and that's when MAC really reigned. I feel like MAC Cosmetics has kind of slowly trickled down, more so because, you know, that was their era. Their era was the eyeshadows, you know, the really extreme heavy contouring, the really extreme, you know what I'm saying, lashes, glitter, all of that. It's kind of, we're dwindling down. We're going to more of the softer looks, and that's because we are gravitating towards just being more softer as women, and we should gravitate towards that. So, you know, I like it. I like the fact that we're going to that. You know, that time was nice and lit. I'm glad I was going through it in my 20s, but like now, you know, in my early 30s, I would not be trying to look like that. That's not what my brand is, and it was more so giving nighttime during the day all the time. And it's like, I don't want to give that. I want to give soft. I want to give graceful. I want to give elegance. And that's really important when you're doing your makeup. So, you know, we can talk or chat or whatever, but that's really important. I don't know. It's just a time that I'm kind of happy that's over. It's a time that I'm happy it's over because it's just, I don't know. It's a lot that came with that, you know. And like I said, when you are trying to be soft, when you want to have more of a softer persona about yourself, your look is gonna be number one. And the number one thing that I would say, you know, depending on you, if you're giving night or day, that's gonna embrace the whole soft look, there's definitely gonna be your hair, and it's definitely gonna be your makeup. And that's why I switched over to my foundations. I do more of a lighter foundation now. I don't do, you know, the constant 7,000-8,000 layers of makeup and stuff on. I don't want to wear all of that. I want to try to minimize and have as less products on my face as possible. You know, do I think that the soft life trend or everything is more so a trend and it's gonna fade away? I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna fade away. I think it's gonna stay. I think that it's here to stay. Just like, you know, black women engaging in luxury. I think that's definitely gonna stay. It should have been like that, because I'm tired of it being like, oh, if you have luxury items, or if you live a certain lifestyle, there has to be some negativity or something illegal, you know, connected to it, or, you know, somebody else has to be providing it. I like it that, you know, women are standing out and stepping out, particularly black women, and it's like, no, I'm providing this, I'm making it happen. Do I kind of think that you know, it can kind of go left? Because the area that it can go left in for me is the whole mentality is I don't need a man. And that mentality has been taking, that mentality was a part of an attack on the black community that is still kind of being you know, carried on, and it needs to be let go, you know. And it is stemmed from the whole black, you know, in the 70s, because in the 60s and the 70s the black family was strong and it was prevalent, and that was a part of the attack towards us to take away the man out of the black family, and the women adapted to what they had, how they had to adapt, and they adapted to, I'm a woman, I can do it on my own. You're gonna need a man. You know, I wouldn't say need, but you were part, and God put you here for you to be with a man. So, you know, yes, it's cute. I love that you can do it on your own, and that's a good trait to carry when you are dating, and, you know, and all that good stuff. But no, we still want our men to be around. We still want our children to be raised by strong, God-fearing men, you know, and we still just want that. We don't want to lose that. We don't want to keep in generations to adapting and having that whole, oh, we don't need a black man thing. It's really weird. It's weird because it's like, and I kind of even notice it on Instagram a lot too. A lot of women, that's what their brand and their foundation is kind of on. And no, you shouldn't be so caught up in trying to get a man that you forget yourself, because a lot of times, you know, that's all y'all want. That's all y'all want to talk about all day long. Get a man, get a man. You think that you're less than because you don't have a man. You think you're less than because you're not married. Which is all false, okay? Everything's gonna happen in God's timing. That false narrative of the American dream of, oh, I'm gonna get out of college, I'm gonna meet a man, we're gonna get our house and our white picket fence, that was also a trap as well too. So you can do, your plan is gonna work for you, and you can do whatever at whatever age and whenever God sees fit. So don't give yourself that anxiety like, oh my God, like I'm this age, I need to be married, or all my friends is getting married. Just understand that everything happens in God's timing, and that everything happens differently for everyone, and just enjoy yourself. But back to the soft life aspect. So, you know, that part of it where, you know, women are thinking, oh, they don't need men, that harden women. And that's why, you know, we're saying more so being soft. The definition of soft life to me is just being as feminine and growing and manifesting and loving and just glowing and just being there and in the moment, and not letting the moment harden you, you know, and looking to par, you know, and always having yourself put together well, making sure you wear the right undergarments. You know, we talk about them undergarments all the time. You know, I don't think that nothing to me has ever been soft when you dress too promiscuous. And I've noticed that, you know, it was an era on Instagram where I felt like every girl was wearing see-through stuff and every girl was wearing this, and I was kind of very much over it, because it's like the see-through stuff be cute, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it, and it's when you do it and where it's appropriate to. Soft life is not wearing, you know, very promiscuous stuff to a 5-star restaurant. We've discussed this before. I don't know why y'all keep doing this. I don't know who said it, but if you want to have you a club outfit, wear your club outfit when you go to the club or whatever venue you gonna go to after that. But when we're in 5-star restaurants, we're covered up, we're dressed nice, we smell good, we're not loud. That's another key thing in the soft life that I love, is that we're speaking more softly. We're learning what to say and when to say. Yes, you know, we can, you know, yes, you can curse with your friends on the phone. You can talk. We all do it. We all, cackling, whatever you want to call it. But when we're out and you are in the environment with other people, you need to kind of limit the cackling. The cackling really isn't necessary. It really isn't. It really isn't. You want to be seen, not heard sometimes. And I know people kind of look at that like, oh my God, what you mean seen, not heard? Like, you want to take that away from me being a woman. Like that's something men have brought about, and that's something they want. No. It's about being soft. It's about being aware that, it's going to be a time for all of that. And it's about commanding respect. It's a way that you can command respect without you doing it in an anger way. You can let someone know that you don't play without directly saying I don't play. And it takes a little bit of practice, but it takes really understanding, that as a woman, you not always speaking up on something, or you not always coming at something angrily, doesn't take away from you being strong. You being a soft woman doesn't make you a weak woman. And I think that's why it's a kind of battle still with some women online about it, and they want to make jokes about it, because when they think soft life, they think, oh, you just being a woman, you just accepted anything, you obsessed with material items. Soft life is not about material items. It's not about material items. It's not. Sure, the material items is nice. You can add the material items to the list, but that's not it. That's definitely not it. You can definitely still be soft and and look up to par and not have to have on thousands of dollars worth of clothes. It's just the way you shop. I will tell you this, that I will say this, is that the shopping, the buying the disposable clothes and wearing the disposable clothes if you're into it and you know how to style it correctly, it can look great. But if you don't know how to style it correctly, it could definitely make you look hard. And the reason it's going to make you look hard is because sometimes some of that stuff is very see-through. Because the quality of it is poor. And sometimes you guys see things on other influencers and other women, and they wear it in their advertisement, and you immediately put your body and yourself into it and not understanding that you guys don't have the same body type. Another thing that I want to let you guys know, a lot of these women that are being influencers for these these companies and that are into the fast fashion, these women are not wearing these clothes out and going places. They are sitting on Instagram, they're taking pictures in the clothes, okay? And then they're taking them off, and then they're going to put something else on when they go somewhere. So it's because you have to remember, they are selling you a brand. They are trying to sell you a product. So think about that when you really start, looking at fashions and looking at things to buy. Have you ever really seen somebody outside with this outfit on? Has this ever been an outfit where you was just like, dang, I don't see 5 people wearing it? No, you're not. You're not going to see them. And if you are seeing them wear that type of stuff out, where they breasts and they boobs and they backs is out, you could be at the wrong location, baby. You definitely are not at a place that's centered around embracing and having soft women exhibited at that. No, you're not. You somewhere you ain't supposed to be living. You somewhere you ain't supposed to be, baby, because the places that I go, I never see women wearing these type of items. And that doesn't mean that they're bad or anything, but like I said, there's a time and a place. And yes, if you on vacation and you want to hit them with a little see-through, you want to hit them with a little tropical, and it is a place where you could probably wear a bikini top or so on under, okay, hit them with that. But in the winter time at, Ruth Chris or something at 7 o'clock, that ain't the time for that. That's not the time for that. And it's just not, it's just not the time for that. I also think that most of the time, women don't understand that a definite part of the soft life is being the healthiest that you can be. That part of the soft life I'm really obsessed with. Making sure that you're taking your vitamins, making sure you're working out, making sure you just look your best, making sure you're staying hydrated, you're taking care of your skin, you're taking care of your body. That's something that we really need to keep. That is something that needs to go on. That just doesn't need to be a trend. That needs to be something that we do every single day, because it's a wonderful thing. And that's going to boost your confidence too. When you look your best and you feel your best, your confidence is going to get boosted. And then when you want to wear certain particular outfits, you're going to feel a lot more better in them as well, you know. But sometimes our bodies are not ready for some of these outfits that we're buying, and you don't have the correct women around you that are going to tell you, girl, you don't look good in that, and you just wearing it, and people just looking and cackling, and you wondering, well, why? Or you wondering why you're attracting a particular man that you're attracting. It's because a lot of times these men see you in these outfits. And it's crazy because my husband, we've had a discussion before I talked. I asked him, I said, you know, babe, you know, when you see women out, you know, and they would wear that type of, those type of clothes or whatever, you know, what would you think? And he was like, I mean, I would just think that they were probably more so easy, or that they didn't respect themselves, or, you know, that they were out there. And I was like, well, dang, why you just can't wear a sexy outfit, you know, and just be sexy? He was like, because there's a certain way that you can be sexy. And I was like, oh, what? A man said that? He was like, it is a certain way that you can be sexy. He's like, it's not gonna always be when you have on the less clothing that will make you sexy. He's like, sex appeal comes from so many different senses. And I said, you're so right. And that is the key, is that you can be sexy and have sex appeal, and you can do it in so many other senses. You can do it in the smell. You know, the way you smell, you can elegantly smell, okay? That's one. You know, you always, the visual one is the eye. You definitely can do that, you know. But you can also do it in the way you make others feel. And the way you make others feel is through your energy, and you want to have soft energy. And that's the thing. He's like, sex appeal can come from the way you walked in and you spoke to everyone, the way that you carried yourself in a situation that may have ended, that could have ended badly, the way that you sit and you compliment others, you know, just your energy can bring so much more sexiness to it. And I was like, you're so right. So even if you may not have on something and you may not think is as sexy as, you smell good, you talking good, you look soft, you look warm, you look hydrated, that's going to be sexy. A lot of times you guys do not be looking hydrated. You don't. In the hydrated aspect, I mean, when you don't be looking hydrated is when you're not oiled correctly. When you wear particular items, like if you are going to have your arms out, if you are going to have your chest out, you know, you always want to put on some oils. You always want to be moisturized. You can always add a little bit of, you know, a little bit of concealer. You can always add a little bit of glitter to that. Now when I say glitter, I don't mean glitter, I mean shimmer. Let's be correctly. You can wear nice warm lotions that have nice scents in them, that have a little shimmer to them. You know, make yourself look like you're giving them the tropics, baby. But definitely you can be sexy in so many other ways than just the visuals, okay? You don't always have to just bring the eye to the sexiness. You want to be bringing all of the different senses to it. So it's just so many different ways. It's just different ways you can do it. You don't have to always be so obsessed with not having your clothes on. And it's just not, you're not living a soft life when you are always constantly underdressed. And underdressed meaning underdressed for the event. You know that this is going to be a formal event and you don't have on anything that's formal. Or underdressed meaning you do probably have on formal, but you have on too many body parts out. And it's a limit to body parts. Like if you're going to be giving them tight, you can't be giving them boobs. If you're going to be giving them short, you can't be giving them boobs. You know, you can give them long, you can give them tight, but you can't just be hitting them with every single thing like all the time. Like, come on. That's craziness. That's really craziness. And half the time when you wear that stuff, you're not comfortable. That's another thing. Comfortability is key. Like if you want to go somewhere, you want to be comfortable. You don't want it to be like, oh my God, I'm out. I'm constantly pulling my dress down. You know, or I'm constantly feeling like something's gonna pop out. You know, that's also gonna make you feel, you know, make your confidence not be as high. And that's also gonna make it seem like, well, you know what, sis, you shouldn't even wore that. Like, you shouldn't even had that outfit on. Like, what was the rationale of you even wearing that? What was it? So yeah, I just think it's all about just being graceful and elegant. I think elegance is key when you are trying to dress. You know, and just minimizing wearing too much stuff that's really not that's really not appropriate for your body type. Understanding your body type and understanding where you are. If you are in a journey when you're trying to lose weight, you know, understand that certain things are just not going to be appropriate for you. I think that the whole body shaming thing and not wanting to body shame kind of slipped over into, okay, well, we ain't body shaming, so you can wear whatever you want to. And that's great, you can wear whatever you want to, but this is not this conversation is not for the woman. It's just like being rebellious and I'm gonna wear whatever I want to. This is to the woman that understands that she is a woman of class and elegance, and she wants to exude that wherever she goes at all times. So no, you cannot wear that right now. You know, until you get your shape or whatever body you want or however you want to look, that's when you can wear it. But you can't wear that right now. That's going to be a no. And it's okay. Later on down the line, you may be able to wear it, but you can't wear it right now. And that's period. And that's what we got to understand. This eyebrow over here, I'm always having issues with the eyebrows. Also, like, I think with the makeup, the trend that I do like is the more natural brows. I put very limited product in my eyebrows now, because I want them to be as natural as possible. I don't want the heavily done dark brow. So I think that most women, and you know what I've been noticing too? We're back. I don't know, my battery was doing something crazy, but like I said, we do not like the micro. I'm not a fan of the microblading. Like, I like the microblading when it's done correctly, but when it's not done correctly and it's done too heavily and it's not really, you don't go to someone that really kind of knows undertones and skin tones and they don't really know how to match it to your skin tone, it can't have you looking kind of, I don't even know how to say it, like it's like too overly dramatic. Like, you can tell. I like the natural microblading where it just looks like you have a little small enhancement to your eyebrows. It doesn't look like you have those greasy type of looking eyebrows. So make sure when you are investing in these things to enhance yourself and give yourself a more softer look, you are finding the best person to go to. And understand this, that some of these things that, you know, in cosmetic things that we like to do, they're never going to have a cheap version of them. Some of them you're going to have to invest some money into. And that's just bottom line. So if you know it's something that you want to do, then you're going to have to put your coins up and be able to budget to go to the appropriate person to do it. And don't rush this thing. If you know you're waiting for a certain person to do it and they may be booked up or so on and so forth, just get yourself in line and get yourself ready. But take the time whenever you're doing anything cosmetic to yourself. You know, I have done cosmetic things before and rushed them and have had regrets behind them. So I don't want you to go. Remember, we learned from me. So my mistakes. So I don't want you to have to go back and spend money. Like, I just had to spend money to have my lips redone. And it could have been a lot more cheaper. I would have not had to spend, not cheaper, but I would have had to spend less funds. I had to spend money to get my filler dissolved, and then I had to spend money to get the filler redone. So just think, if I would have waited and went to somebody, you know, professionaler or more skill based, I would say they were professional, but just more skill based in the way that I want my lips and my face to look, then I wouldn't have had to go back and make those corrections. And that goes for everything, you know, even down to buying clothes. Even down to your hair. If you just spend the money when you need to spend the money, you won't have to go back and spend money to correct it or to get better hair or to get better clothes. So that's why it's good that you invest in those key pieces. You know, you invest in things that are going to constantly, you know, can be constantly restyled when it comes to clothes. You know, that's the bottom line for me, you know. And when you want to look softer, a lot of times when you want to look softer, it's so much more easier to me to dress, because you can stay to your neutrals. You can also mix in and do your colors, but you don't have to worry about doing too many patterns and all of this other type of stuff that you can't really wear. To me, the soft look is never going to be too many patterns. I am not a fan of patterning things. Because first of all, most of the time those are going to be one wears. Because you're not going to wear that again. You're not going to be just throwing this pattern outfit on every time you go somewhere. You buy you a nice black legging, a nice black bodysuit. You can wear that with 1,000 different things. You can mix the tops, you can mix the bottoms. They will never know. But when you get to buying things that are too patterny, and you know you are kind of more so budgeting your money, or you're more so trying to, you know, stay within a certain limit just for currently for now, because you know everything is limitless. God can give you whatever you want. But if you know you are working on something and you're in between some blessings and you just don't really have the money to just be blowing, then you stay away from the patterned things. You stay in the solid colors. And then even with the colors, you know, though, you do more colors that you can kind of mix in with other type of things. But patterns have always been a no to me. To me, patterns is just no way to get around it. It's like most of the time when you do the patterns, and I mean printed patterns on fabric, okay? Printed patterns. It's like it just doesn't give me that clean look. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Because there's too much going on. And that's another thing when you want to look softer, you don't want to have too much going on. You know, you want to have things that kind of bounce off of each other. You know, I noticed even down to it, like when I know that I'm going to, down to my makeup. This is just one thing. I know I'm going to do a red lip. I'm going to make sure that if I know I'm going to do any type of color lip, I'm going to make sure that hold on, I'm putting my brow gel in. I'm going to make sure that my makeup is as natural as possible. So I'm not going to do too much heavy, not too much heavy contour. I'm going to do a much lighter contour, which my contours, I try not to make them as hard. You know, you don't want hard contours. That's why you want to make sure when you do your makeup that you're blending everything in. If you notice, I'm about to do some more blending. And this is not, I haven't even put my foundation on yet. And I'm constantly blending. You know, I'm constantly blending stuff down, because I don't want any hard lines. But like I said, you want to make sure that when you are shopping for things and you are, you know, like, oh no, back to the red lip. I was going sidetrack. Y'all know I get sidetracked. I want to make sure that I don't have too much on, because I know I'm doing a bold lip. If I know I'm doing a bold piece of jewelry, maybe a necklace. I don't want to have like a chandelier necklace and a bold necklace. I want to have I want every piece of what I'm doing and what I'm wearing to have its own statement. I want it to have its own moment, you know. And you don't want to have too many moments on. You don't want confusion to like, well, what's really going on with that outfit? So that's why I say I really think about those things. If I'm gonna wear a red lip, I make sure that I do natural face. If I'm gonna wear, you know, some bright colors, or I'm gonna have on, you know, something that is a very noticeable piece, I try to let that piece speak for itself. I don't put on thousands of other noticeable pieces. I'm not a label wearer. Label wearing can be very tricky, and it has to be done correctly. So if you don't know how to do the label wearing, I would stay away from the label wearing in the soft life. Like, it's great to do like when you do one piece of label wearing, but I am not into multiple pieces of it. I feel like it's very gaudy, and it's too close to the line of tacky for me. You want to stay away from the line of tacky. I think that's why I don't do patterns, because I know that's not my strong point, and I embrace areas that are not my strong points, and I stay away from them. So like I said, if you don't really know how, if you don't really have the money to integrate using other resources, using a stylist or so on and so forth, I would definitely stay away from the two labely pieces and the two patterny pieces. Also, when it comes to shoes, I would really get me some really good pairs of shoes. Spend a little bit more money on your shoes. One, because y'all be out here when you buy cheap shoes and they hurt, that's just a bad combination, okay? I've noticed that the cheaper shoes tend to hurt more. Now, don't get me wrong. I got some shoes that cost some money. Everybody know about the Soul Cake. Everybody know about the YSL, the Saint Laurent sandal. I have the sandal, but I don't have the one with the signature heel. But everybody knows about a couple of shoes that are out there that the girls were in love with that just hurt and you just cannot wear. But what I'm saying to you is that 9 times out of 10, when you buy really extremely cheap shoes, they're not going to be good for your foot. They're not foot healthy, meaning they can cause you to have corns, and they can also have you to have cause to get blisters, so on and so forth. And they are going to not handle too much wear and tear. So you're going to have limited wear out of them. And when I say limited wear, I mean like you can only probably wear them a couple of times before the heel be run down. And I think I talked about this on my live where most people don't know that your heels are supposed to make a certain noise. Like your heels should not be loud, and you should not hear like unequal clicking or like a scraping noise. Normally that means that your heels are bold on your shoes. And this is coming from someone that used to buy cheap shoes before at a time. Not for long, no baby, but at a time. When you get to hear that scraping noise, oh my God, it's time to throw them shoes away. Either you gotta throw them away or you gotta go take them to the shoe guy, or the shoe people, and have them fix your heel. But no, you're not gonna go do that, and that can get quite pricey. You're not gonna do that on a shoe that you only bought for $40. So that's why I say buy you some good shoes that are gonna last. Get you some nice, get you some nude, a black. For the summer, get you a really nice nude sandal. A nude sandal is like universal. You can throw that on with anything. And get you a heel that you can tolerate. Y'all be seeing these people in these shoes, and y'all be like, oh my God, I'm about to give me these high heels and can't wear them. So get you a shoe. I noticed lately I have been really in love with Bottega, and the reason I'm in love with Bottega is because Bottega has a great heel. I'll say it's on the heel between like small, medium, and large, it's a medium, and it's a great, the heel size is amazing, and it feels comfortable. It's like a medium, and it feels comfortable, and it gives you the right amount of support, and it doesn't have me feeling like my feet are gonna hurt. Like I can wear, like I've worn my Bottegas to a concert before and have been like in the concert turning up and been okay. So I would say just find you a heel that's your heel friend, that's your length. You know, respect what you can do. Don't push the don't push the limits, because nothing is soft when you walk in like a crypt keeper. Oh my God, my feet hurt so bad. Like, or taking your, and don't you dare ever, never, ever in the life think that you can take your shoes off. Child. If I see you taking your shoes off, I think that taking your shoes off by far is like, that's one of the, child, when I tell you, honey, that is go, that right there ain't it. You should always, you know, one thing, a tip or something that I will share with you guys. I never wear my heels out the house. First of all, my house has multiple levels. And so even though us having an elevator, I can take the elevator downstairs before I leave. I still don't wear them out the house because I know I'm about to be in them for a while. Okay, that's number one. And number two, you know, I don't want them, I don't really want to get too much. I have my wear and tear. I be thinking like, I don't want to just be wearing them for no reason. Okay. And number three, I want to be comfortable when I walking about the house. You know, I haven't staged myself yet. So I don't need to be trying to wear them. So normally I do bring me a pair of flip-flops that I can wear. And like I said, with those flip-flops, I wear those until I get to the establishment, pull up right before valet, and then I put my shoes on. So I would say if you are a person that's really not a heel person, try doing that. Don't drive in the heels. Bring you some flats that you can wear. So then when you leave out of the event, you can immediately put the flats on. But you should always have an emergency pair of flats in your car when you have heels, because you never know when like a heel could break. Anything can happen. You know, you may have to go into another establishment. Emergency can happen on the side of the road. You don't want to have to be sitting out there with no heels on. You want to have you some comfortable shoes on. We always want to bring you a different pair of shoes when you're going out. I definitely would recommend that. Bringing you some. So the new thing that I have been doing is setting all of my stuff. So I do have a little fan that I get from Amazon, and I'm just like kind of setting my foundation a little bit that I just put on. But yeah, make sure you have an emergency pair of shoes. I think also a part of the soft life is just being more and doing more. You know, letting that laziness go, letting that attitude of, girl, that's too much. It's not too much. You know, putting more time and effort into yourself. You know, understanding that it's going to take a little bit more time. But that to me is definitely an important part of the soft life. You got to do more. Nothing is too time consuming. Even if you are a mother and you do have other things going on, you still are making that time for yourself and being aware that you need that time, you know, to keep yourself together. I also think that, you know, that living a soft life has to do with a lot to do with, you know, how you carry yourself outside, how you carry yourself when you're in the public is definitely a part of the soft life. You know, I seen online where one young lady said not eating out in public, eating when you walking around, eating in the streets, because it's like you food will be all over your face or whatever. And that's a great example of it. You know, just knowing when the right times or places to do things. You know, an old school one that I break all the time is putting lipstick on at the table. My mother is always like, why are we do not put our lipstick on at the table? Like, why are you putting your lipstick on at the table? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm about to take a picture at this table. So I'm about to put this lipstick on. Okay. But yeah, but it's definitely things like that. Just knowing the right times, to do things, making sure that you're telling everybody thank you, you appreciate it. Someone opens the door for you. Tipping people, okay? People help you, give them something, help them out, blessing. You know, our blessings, God give us our blessings to give them to somebody else. He doesn't give us our blessings for us to just be like, oh my God, I'm gonna hoard them all. No. So if you do have an extra couple of dollars and somebody has, you know, the valet brought your car a little faster, you know, a gentleman, you know, like walking into the doorman, you know, was a little extra, gave you a little compliment, whoever is rendering you a service and they were kind, you know, and you do have that. It's so much softness and being a giving woman and just embracing that godliness in yourself. I think the main thing for me in being a soft woman is the God in me. I think it's you being able to actually see the God in me. That's something I'm working on. That's something that I'm battling with, I think, because I have times where I do get angry or I do feel like someone is disrespecting me. I'm very big on respect. And I kind of lose myself in that person disrespecting me. And you can't let someone knock you off your square. People are going to do what they're going to do. And you can't control outsiders at all too. But never let them see you sweat. Never let them see you angry. Never let their ugliness change you or make you ugly. And I'm kind of happy that that's a big one that I'm hearing about the soft life. Not letting someone, I'll be back, I had to get paper towel. Not letting someone change who you are. Not letting someone steal your joy. Not letting someone come and just be disrespectful constantly to you. Protecting your peace, you know, and putting more peace out into the universe. That part of the soft life is that's it. I'm noticing more women just saying, I'm worth my peace. And if it's taking away from my peace, then it's not worth being around me, you know. And that's what it's all about. It's not about these material items and having somebody blow a bag on you and all of this. It's about just being a woman of peace and of grace and of elegance, and that's important. You want that. You want to keep having that going on all the time. So even if it's, you know, small changes you need to make in your wardrobe, it's something you can work on a daily basis. Even if it's small changes you need to make in your mentality, the way you think, a lot of it is going to be changes from generational things that were taught to you and the way you were brought up. You know, this is the generation that's doing so much breaking of generational curses and so much understanding that was not the way of things that I wanted to do it, and I'm not going to do it that way. You know, I'm going to do it a different way, or I'm going to, you know, treat my children a different way, or live a different way, or treat my finances a different way, or make sacrifices but still live. And I think that is just, listen, that's awesome. That is what the soft life means to me. You know, the material items and everything, those are great, those are fly, but it's more so up here. It's more so how you think. And then that's going to show out in your visual. Then you're going to be like, oh my God, I want to look better. I want to spend a little bit more money on my clothes. I want to work out. I want to eat, because your mentality is changing. And you're going to want your looks and everything else to change along with that. So that's why the soft life trend is just, I'm just into it. I say I'm the soft life president because those are things and areas I for years have been talking about, but for years I've been working on externally and internally for myself, just being better. It's just about being better. And it's not that you're better than anybody else. You're just better than what you've been through. And you don't want to go through that anymore. You want change. You really want change. But the change is going to come when y'all stop buying all this fast fashion stuff and all this see-through stuff and thinking it's going to look good on you, because it's not. It's not. That's the worst thing, when you buy something you seen somebody in and you like, oh, that's gonna be lit, and you try it on and you like, oh my God. And you know what I noticed? Another thing I want to tell you guys about the wardrobe and the fast, and why I'm like team no fast fashion. And you know, even though I used to have a boutique and everything, that's another reason why I stopped my boutique for rebranding, but it will be back, but it'll be better. But anyway, it's because like fast fashion, a lot of times the sizing of it is so off, and then when you get it, now you don't blew your money on it and you stuck with it. You stuck with it. You literally are stuck with it. It's like, oh my God, so you telling me that I don't bought this and now I'm stuck with it. So being stuck with it, you're not going to send it back. You wasted your money and now you just got this outfit that you know you're not going to wear nowhere. So that's why I say, spend a little bit more time. The soft life is taking some time and really figuring out how you want to look. What you want to wear, what you don't want to wear, what you want to be seen in, what you don't want to be seen in. It's just putting more, it's time. It's time, it's patience. It's not rushing. Soft life is not being rushed. It's not rushing life. It's understand that you have that. I think, and that's another thing that we've been taught, we got to rush through everything. Everything has to be rushed. Everything has to be right now. Oh, it has to be right now. Oh, it has to be this. Oh, it has to be that. No. You got some time, baby. You got some time. So heck yeah. So I want y'all to I want the soft life trend to keep going on. And I'm just so here for it. I'm just so here for it. But I think it's like I said, it's internal and then it's external. It's not going to be external then internal. No, you got to work on your internal first. You got to work on that thinking. And you got to get some more God in your life too. You have to start sitting down and really talking to him and praying and listening to him and knowing that when he tells you something, you got to move. You got to move and shake when God tells you to move. You know, it's softness. The softness that you want is going to come from the peace that God gives you. I think that's another one too. No one's talking about where you going to get this peace from in your soft life. Everybody just talking about, oh, I'm going to be soft. I'm going to go buy me a billion bags and make sure my body is good and go get me some surgery, some cosmetics. No. Being soft is picking that Bible up, getting into that word, and really living in a godly life and really putting out more than you take from the world. You know, putting out some love, you know, doing some charities, giving back, really being that woman. I think it's so much softness in being a giver. And I think that we've had so much issues with users that hardened up women, and that we now women were taken away from being the givers, and like they stepped into the providing role. And that's why we are like so team soft, because we're like, we know that men are what God made them in, that men are supposed to be providers. We know that we can help and be a teammate with that, but we don't want to solely be everything in the household. And that hardened us up. And that's why so many women are like, no, I want to be soft. Like, I want to be able to have a man that makes my femininity comes out and makes me be able to lead, let him be the leader, you know, and he be the head of the household. You know, we want that. So it really takes your thinking to kind of change too. It really does. I noticed, I was talking to somebody online, and then I'm gonna go. I was talking to somebody, and they were because my foundation is done. I just wanted to do a little natural look because I was gonna run some errands. I talked to somebody, and they were saying how, I'm gonna clean my lips off. I'll do that later. They were saying how high fashion had a lot to do with the hardening too, because a lot of these clothes that come out that are high fashion are very masculine. If you noticed, that the masculinity has been more prevalent in the feminine clothing, and the femininity has been more prevalent in the masculine clothing. Like, their things have gotten tighter and our things have gotten looser. And it's cool. Loose can be good, but it's getting a lot more masculine. So be careful of that line. You know, be careful. You know, if you have a more tomboy swag, because I love me some good tomboy swag, and you put it together. Like, I love it, especially when they do it, because that's the area that I'm not too good in. My husband kind of Kanye and Kim's me with that, but I'm not. But I respect it. I respect a woman that can put it on so many different levels. But that edginess can sometimes take your femininity away and your softness away. So be very keen of that when you are making your selections in the fashions with that. You know, if you see a designer that is a little bit more masculine, know if you buy those pieces, you're going to have to kind of dress them. You're going to have to put a little softness to them. You're going to have to put a little spin to it. You know, you may have to put you on a little spicy lip. You may have to, you know, put you a little bronzer to give a little, you know, or whatever it may be. But don't lose your femininity and your softness in these clothes, you know. Don't. It's like, it's so much balance to it, right? I just told you before, don't be out here butt naked. But then I'm like, if you do find something that's covered up, make sure that you do have a little necklace in it. It's all about balance. Balance is like the #1 thing for me in life. Like, I am so obsessed with balance, because once you get balance in everything, you truly have control of everything. Okay, once you can do just enough in each area, you got it. You got it. Like, you know how to, and you need it in every area. Being a mother, being a wife, being a worker, being this, being an employee. You need balance. Work-life balance. You need balance. So if you notice that you have a more hardened life, you need to balance. You're trying to balance things, you know, balance and the softness. Look where you are. Are you having areas where you're being pulled too thin? Okay, because when you start being pulled too thin, that's when you lose the softness and femininity of being a woman, because now you got a lot more stress introduced, and stress will harden you. So look for where you need that balance at. Look for those areas where it's a little bit more rougher. Look for those areas where it's taking you out your personality. When you talk, oh, hey girl, now you whatever, you know, look for where it's switching you up. And sometimes that may be some people, some of y'all gotta get rid of some people. You gotta get rid of some of them people. Y'all don't be wanting to hear that. Whenever I gotta tell y'all that y'all gotta get rid of some people, y'all be going through it, honey. Y'all like, I'm not getting rid of nobody. But sometimes you need to get rid of some people. Sometimes people are not adding to the softness, but adding to your hardness. So reevaluate what's going on around you. Reevaluate your environment. Is this environment really for me? Is this really helping my softness? Or is this making it worse? So I'm so happy that y'all joined me for my get ready. Like I said, now just to fast forward, because I do have to go. I would, to my lips, I would clean my lips off, put me a gloss on, and just put some setting powder on, and I would go. This is just how I do my natural face. I just did a little pat. I did my MAC long wear concealer. That's what I did, contour my eyebrows with, then under my eyes, and then I just did a lot of blending. I haven't even, and then I do a little bit of setting powder on top. Let me see. I use pat setting powder when I don't want to contour anything, and I spray me a little spray. Oh, and also before we go, I did use my Photo Finisher primer that I absolutely am obsessed with. Sometimes I even wear this. They do have an SPF one. I wear the SPF one sometimes when I don't even wear makeup. And what I do is I wear this. It's a little tip before we go. I wear my soft primer, and then I wear my Sugar Pop resetting, or, well, they say resetting, but I put the Sugar Pop SPF 35 on top, so I have double my SPF when I'm out, when I just want to do a natural face, and then I'll add like a little lip gloss or whatever it is. So just some little helpful tips, and that gives me that soft look just when I'm out just running errands. But this is just my, like, if I just want to run some errands and I don't want to have on too much makeup, I may do a little dinner after or a little lunch. This is normally the look. This is normally how I do my look, and I just kind of, you know, keep it going with that. So I'm so happy you guys joined me. And I love you to the moon and back, and bye.